Alright, so this is part 2 of the lawn equipment startups. Y'all just saw the lawnmowers running for the first time for this year. Now it's time for the Echo equipment. So here they all are. So here are the leaf blowers. Here's the oldest blower right here, a Echo PB400E backpack blower, a Echo PB500T backpack blower, the Echo PB580T backpack blower, the Echo PB251 handheld leaf blower. That's the Echo HC150 hedge trimmer. Right here is a Mantis mini tiller, which has a Echo engine in it. So it's practically just no different than an Echo TC2100. Right here is a Echo CS400 chainsaw. And here's all the trimmers. That is a Echo SRM 2201, a Echo SRM 2400 SB. These two trimmers are my dad's, and these three right here are mine. Echo SRM 225, Echo PAS 230, and a Echo 58 volt lithium-ion battery powered string trimmer. So yeah. And so I guess that without further ado, we'll get started with the startups here. But first I need to mix me up some 50-to-1 gas oil mix. I just went and got some fuel, and I got one of my containers of oil already. So let me go ahead and get this all mixed up, and also as well as charge up the battery on my camera, because my batteries are fixing to go dead, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so the first Echo equipment we're going to start is the Echo PB400E backpack blower. And as you can see right there, so this is my dad's backpack blower that he bought at the same time that he bought the Echo SRM 2201 and the Lawn Boy 8461, because he used to have his own little lawn business, because he used all three of these machines commercially. And we'll see how this one starts. It does have some gas in it. I hope if it has enough gas for it to start. So we'll see. Switch is on. Choke. This machine does not have a primer. It only has a choke. So throughout all the pulls that I pull it, it'll just suck the gas into the carburetor. Let's hope if it's got enough gas for this thing to start. Let's see. Wow. Pretty sure that it's in the right position. I always forget which is on or off. That must be off. There we go. It must not have enough gas. That's probably the reason why it took so many pulls to start. Let me put a little bit more gas in it and maybe see if it'll stay running this time. Alright, let's try it again now. Now since I put a little bit more gas in it. Let's see if it'll go now. Oh, there we go. I think it was just fixing to run out of gas. Alright, cool. Yep, just runs perfect. Alright, so next one. The next one is the Echo SRM 2201. I always want to start out with the oldest Echo equipment and then end with the newest ones. So that's what this one is, SRM 2201. So my dad used this trimmer commercially, and it sure has a lot of use on it. Even though the compression is still not, compression is a little low, but actually it's got enough where it'll still stay running though, believe it or not. And let me go put some gas in it and we'll start it up. Alright, so I got her fueled up. Let's see how it starts. Turn it on, choke, give it some primes. Oh, there we go. Okay, squeeze the throttle because I find that this one's easier starting when having the throttle squeezed wide open. Let's see how it starts. Only if I can keep this thing running. They're good enough for me. Alright, next one. The next one is the Mantis Chiller. So, this is another little freebie that I got. This thing was in terrible shape, too. It was all caked up with dirt, mud. Carburetor was all filthy. But I managed to clean it up real well, did a complete rebuild on it, which y'all have seen like in the videos that I did on rebuilding this thing almost 3 years ago. I've even done some other stuff on it. I even put a new on-off switch because the old one was just faulty. Because the problem I had with it, sometimes when you try to turn it off, the machine will still stay running, and sometimes it even shocks me too. But it's all good now. So turn it on, choke it. There is a little bit of gas in it though, so I'm going to push on the primer to maybe see if there's even enough gas for it to actually pick up gas. Yep, it is. It's putting gas into the carburetor. So let me go get my tripod. I think the last time I actually started this thing was when I did the last year's first startup video. Yeah, so it's been approximately a year, because I've never really used it at all. So, yep. Okay. Let's see how it starts. Not too bad. Started up pretty good. She's kind of running. She ain't running all that well. It's acting like it's gonna run out of gas. Yeah, she's very boggy though, it's just because there's not much gas. Yeah, there ain't that much gas in it though. It's kind of acting like that the spark arrestor screen is clogged, but it shouldn't be, because this thing doesn't have very much use on it. Oh, it looks empty. That's probably why. But anyways, alright, the next one. The next one we're going to start is a 2002 Echo SRM 2400 SB. And as you can see there, it has a 23.6 cc engine. Alright, so this had gas in it. Actually, I didn't really do any winterizing on all the trimmers. They all have the True Fuel in them, so they should actually start up in no problem. So let's see how this one does. Turn it on, put it on choke. I'm going to give it some primes. Alright, let's see how this one starts. This one has been a little harder starting though lately. Sometimes I have to Sometimes I have to give it throttle in order to actually keep it running. But let's see if all that pays off. Even though I rebuilt the carburetor last year. Oh my god, look at that. I probably hadn't used this thing probably since either October or November. That's amazing. Whoops. Not too bad. This has always been a good trimmer. Not too bad. Started up pretty good. The next one is a 2009 Echo PB251 handheld leaf blower, which this has a 25.4 cc engine, which is the same engine also used in the SRM 266 trimmer. And as you can see, gas tank is bone dry, so let me go put some gas in it and we'll see how it starts. Alright, we're all fueled up. Oh, switch is already on. That's right, because I ran this thing out of gas. Choke. Give it some primes. Okay. Y'all on a tripod here. Alright, there we go. Cool. All right, cool. Yeah, the reason why it's smoking a lot is just because of the deep creep that's in the cylinder, because I fogged the engine. Alright, next one here, a 2010 Echo HC150 hedge trimmer. Actually, I'm going to set it right here and start it right here, just so that way I won't scalp the grass while I rev it. Alright, this thing has gas left in it, so we'll see how this one starts. Switch is on. It's on choke. And then there's the primer. Alright. Okay, let me get my tripod and we'll see how this starts. started up not too bad. This thing just runs excellent with that new carburetor that I put on it almost going on 2 years, because the other one, it was just started leaking really bad, and that's the reason why I replaced it. So cool. The next one is a 2010 Echo SRM 225, and this trimmer still does exist nowadays. It still does, because I was just at Home Depot this morning to pick up some True Fuel. They still have these trimmers, believe it or not, and they do have them on sale for $199 though, which it's a limited time only though. So if any of y'all that are in need for a new trimmer, especially a straight shaft, I would recommend this one. It's a really good trimmer. I've had this one now for almost 6 years, and this has been an excellent trimmer. No problems whatsoever. Just works excellent. It's lightweight, easy starting, and we'll see how this one starts. And this one was just running recently when I did that seafoam video. So the switch is already on, it's on choke. I'm going to give it about 5 primes. Alright, I'm going to actually start it like this while holding the camera, because this unit's got the i30 recoil starter. Makes it easy pulling. It's spring assist. Only requires 30% less effort to actually pull it over, which makes it much easier to start. Alright, I can only give it just a slight pull and it'll start like that. Yep, that was really easy. Cool. Wow, didn't even smoke at all, because I must have ran that thing just good enough just to burn out all the seafoam out of it, because this thing usually smokes like crazy whenever if I fog it with seafoam. So cool. Now the next one here is a 2011 Echo PAS 230. It's just the split shaft unit. So when I purchased this thing almost 5 years ago, this was just all it was. This basically, it's just a power head, and I bought a trimmer attachment for it, and as well as the edge attachment, which came with, that my dad actually purchased with his SRM 2400 SP. It'll also fit on this newer power head as well. And also that same year I even bought a blower attachment as well. So let me get the 225 out of the way. Let's see how the 230 starts. Turn it on. Choke. Give it some primes. Alright, so let me get my tripod and we'll see how this one starts. Yeah, as you can hear that this one runs at a much higher RPM than the SRM 225. So this one here is powered by a 22.8 cc engine, as you can see right there. Alright, next one. Next one, 2011 Echo PB500T backpack blower. So this unit here has a, if y'all can see that, 50.8 cc engine. It's rated at 70 decibels. So let's see how this starts. This has been an excellent backpack blower. I'm now going on 5 years on it. It's already turned on. It's on choke. The primer bulb was underneath the carburetor. I'll give it some primes. Alright, that should be good enough. Let me get my tripod. Alright, let's see how this starts. Started up pretty good. Alright, cool. Definitely a good backpack blower. I'm not too sure if Echo still makes these backpack blowers or not, because I've not seen any at Home Depot. I'm pretty sure they still do, because they're still shown on their website. I'm pretty sure that throughout one of these years, Echo probably will discontinue this particular backpack blower, and probably be more than likely replaced by this one right here, which I'll be starting it up here in just a little bit. Alright, so the next one, the 2012 Echo CS400 chainsaw. So this is Echo's midline chainsaw. It has a 18-inch bar, and you can also get a smaller 16-inch if you want. 18 is actually the largest one for this particular saw. And let's see how this starts. It still has gas in it and oil. Surprisingly, not very much bar oil leaked. Alright, chain brake is on. Switch on. Pull the choke out and give it some primes. Alright, let me get my tripod and we'll see how this starts. Cool. This thing starts up pretty good as always, no matter how long it sits. Just as long as you use a fuel with no ethanol, it'll always start right up. This has been an excellent chainsaw. Since I've had it now for almost 4 years, you can tell I sure have put quite a bit of use on it. Alright, let's give it some revs. Whoops. Alright, cool. As you can see, there's some oil kind of sprayed out right there, which is actually a good thing, meaning that the bar and chain are getting their proper lubrication. If it wasn't really doing that, then there could be something wrong with your chain oiler, or there could be some clogging up on your bar. Now luckily for this saw, it has an oiler adjustment screw. It is located right there. You can adjust it to on how much oil you want. So which that's good. So every time whenever you rev up your chainsaw, you always want to make sure you see oil down on the bottom right there. See oil kind of spewing out, which means means the bar and chain are getting their proper lubrication. Which, if it doesn't do that, that can just cause some premature wear on your bar and chain. Alright. Now for the two new Heco equipment that I bought last year. So here is a 2015 Echo 58 volt lithium-ion cordless string trimmer. It has a 58 volt lithium-ion battery. So definitely a nice trimmer. When I saw that Echo had started coming out with these, I decided to try one out for myself. See, they also make other battery powered equipments as well, including a hedge trimmer, chainsaw, a leaf blower, and also a lawnmower. Now apparently this is much easier starting, since it's battery powered. All you gotta do is just hit the trigger. That's just all you gotta do. That's on turtle mode. It does turn pretty fast on turtle mode. Now here's rabbit mode. She'll sound a whole lot different now. That would be for if you're cutting some tall, thick grass. This thing does a pretty good job on cutting some tall grass, because I took it out to my aunt's place last year and cut some tall grass with it. Works really well. Alright, last but not least, the 2015 Echo PB 580T backpack blower. This is Echo's newest backpack blower that came out last year, and I bought it in May of last year. The sound level is 70 decibels, same as the PB 500T. And I'll show you all the specs on this one. This one is powered by, it's going to be hard to see, even though I have the camera macro, y'all won't see that very well. It's 58.2 cc's. also a lot more power than the PB500T. And so we'll see how this one starts. Let me move this one and we'll see how it starts. Alright, let's see how the PB580T starts. Alright, turn it on. It's on choke. And the primer ball was under the carburetor, just like on the PB500T. So we'll give it some primes. Alright. Grab my tripod. Let's see how this one starts. Cool. Start up as easy as the PB500. Now, considering that both of these backpack blowers, their noise level is 70 decibels, to me, this one seems quieter. It's probably because that this one doesn't run at much of a higher RPM than that one. This one sure has a lot of power though too. I love these new handles though too. Much more comfortable than on those. Alright, let's give some reps. Cool. I love this backpack blower. Really nice. I love these straps too, and also this pad as well. Nice and comfortable too. This is the same pad and straps as on the PB 760 and 770, which I really like it because it's vented too, and whenever you have this thing running at full throttle, you can definitely feel some cool air blow on your back, which makes this thing really nice to use on a hot day. Unlike that one though, but it's still good too. It's nice and comfortable too. All right, so I think that about does it. So all the lawn equipments are all ready for spring 2016, which we still got about maybe a month away until spring. It's already feeling like spring here in Texas. And one of these days, if I'll get a chance, I'll go to my grandparents' house and start up their lawnmower, and as well as my grandfather's old edger. Considering I didn't use it that much last year, I need to get a new blade for that edger because the blade that's on it now, it's just wore out. So that's probably the reason why I've not used it that much. So yeah. Alright, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and so thanks for watching.